Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are back with week 2 of our something found prompt. Mine was this incredible button that Pam sent me a few years ago, and I found it. I had forgotten about it, so I did that and put that on, and I've embroidered a little random flowers. I did that one. I think I did that one with you guys, and some little stitching here just to fill it in. I'll just zoom in so you can see there. And then over here I've started this stitching, so we'll finish that off today. I also want to do this flower here and here, and then I also added this piece of lace with some, what are they called, beads there. And I'm also going to put something else found on my piece. So let me center this. I'm going to, don't look, I'm going to bring you down closer because I need to see. I'm going to zoom out like that. Let's see. I just want to make sure that you're on, I'm on screen. You don't need to be on screen, I do. So I think you can see that. Put my finger there because it's right where the thing is holding my phone, so I can't see. But anyway, we're going to finish this off. It's just satin stitch. Mine is by no means perfect. And then we will do the other bits, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to add that I found, something that I found quite a long time ago, actually last December. I found it at the antique market, so, and I love them, and I gave one to my sister and my mum, and so they might put them on. I think my sister already has put hers on, and so yes, I want to put one on mine as well. Okay, right, here we go. So I'll move this out of the way and let's continue. So it's just satin stitch. What I do is with those scallopy sort of shapes, I start in the middle. Oh, this one I came in on the side. No, I think I started in the middle and went back that way. It's just a bit easier to start in the middle and then work on either side. Well, I find it easier anyway. So it's just satin stitches, just really putting your stitches next to each other. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. Oh, what have I got here? Oh dear, I didn't pull it all. I thought that didn't pull it all the way through. Where's my knot? How many stitches have I done? I've done 2 stitches already. What have I done? What is going on here? What is this tangle? I think that was left over from the last. I hope I'm cutting the right one. I am. I'll cut that off. There we go. That's what's stopping me from putting it through. I've got entangled in the previous thread. Let's see now. Should. When all else fails, pull your stitches out. Now have I come all the way through? Ow! Stabbed myself. Yes, I have. Now I have to, oh, what's that? Where'd that come from? Oh my goodness, it's all happening here. Okay, I've stabbed myself already. I don't even have a stitch in yet. Okay, start again. You're going to thread it on the pointy end. Okay. Just make sure I don't get any marks on my piece. I'll just give you a tap to make sure you are in focus. Or I am in focus. I keep blaming you guys for everything. So I am wondering, Sarah, are you going to get a video done today because you've been down in the Southern Highlands at school and coming back and playing hockey. Who knows if Sarah will get a video done today. If she doesn't, I've told you why. But I haven't spoken to her because she's obviously very busy. And so I'm just pre-warning you in case one doesn't appear. Actually, I might re-watch her video last week showing her piece and Mum's. I'd like to look at that again. My two gurus. So I have some exciting news, which I will tell you about after the stitching, because I won't open them. Well, we have some pictures, but I will on Instagram. Some of you will know already. It's really for anyone who's in Australia. This exciting news, unless of course you want to travel or have a holiday, but I think it would be a bit extreme to do that. Okay, so I'm going to jump over here and just go in the middle and then come back. It's just a little bit easier than starting at doing little teeny tiny stitches there. So I was a good girl last week and I got this, you know, bits and pieces done. I continued to stitch after the video and just got it done. Because otherwise, you know, if I say, oh, do that, I'm going to do that during the week. Sometimes I don't. Just don't get it done. Oh, and I'm just seeing I've got another flower there to embroider. I kind of would like to have a hoop on, but I feel like over here there's not much to hold on to there, and that beaded heart is bulky, so I'm not going to be able to put one on there. I might be able to put one on for the other flower down here. But all these little embellishing bits are part of it too, even though they're not part of the prompt. They still need to be done at some point, so I may as well do some of them with you. I was thinking before, I'm quite amazed at how my colour scheme came about, because I was thinking I'm going to do all the colours. I'm going to sneeze. Oh dear. I'm very sorry. I couldn't hold it in. Oh no, now I'm going to have a dribbly nose. I hope not. I was going to do all the colours, that was my thought, but in these sorts of tones, but all colours. But I've actually turned out to have a slightly more limited palette than what I thought, but I'm absolutely loving it. The mustard yellows and buttery yellows, and the pinkies and the pinky reds, and this sort of turquoise blue. That's like the colour of my cabinets in the kitchen. Our kitchen cupboard doors, and it's one of my favourite colours. And navy. There's a bit of navy in there. And green, of course. But I think my colour scheme sort of came about too. I know I've got a packet of tissues. I found them. I may have to grab a tissue. My colour scheme tends to be influenced by obviously whatever fabrics I put on. So we started off with this one, and then I think that was one of the next ones, and then we had that ticking with the pink and the little bit of yellow and so I think that's how my colour scheme came about. It was quite influenced by the colours in the fabrics, which I do recommend. If you're stuck for colours, look at the colours in your fabric and pull from those, and then it will flow after that. You know, and of that big box of stuff that I pulled together at the beginning before we started the project, and we do our introductory video sort of thing, I really used a fraction of it, not even, just the tiniest amount. It's really incredible how little pieces go really a long way, which is why I never make a dent in my in my stash because I'm only using little pieces, which I really like, because the type of sewing I was doing before, I was making bags and growth charts and Christmas stockings and all those things. You always needed, I always needed like large pieces of things, like, you know, for the backings of the growth charts or for the backings of the stockings. Of course, they're an awkward shape, so I'd always have to have, you know, I was always there purchasing quilting fabrics to be able, you know, that I could use for the backings and things. So I love slow stitching because you really only need little pieces, except for your background. But your background, you could even stitch pieces together. You don't have to have one big piece. And there's been quite a few questions if we have a volume 5 coming. Yes, we do. We may run out of ideas, guys. It may happen, but for next year, I think we're good. We think so. And possibly even the first half of the year after that. If you still want to continue, you may not want to continue. You might be really over us. Might be, girls, we're done. But we just do it because we want to stitch, and it makes us stitch. Sometimes it's particularly hard for Sarah. It is hard for me. Sometimes I get really busy, but Sarah, you know, she's very busy at school working, and but I said to her, you know, if it's too hard for you, we don't have to continue. And she said, no, at least it gets me doing things. You know, she may not, you know, she's very creative, my sister, but she's time poor as we all are, but she's particularly time poor, and so she said, you know, I get to do it and I really enjoy it. So she's not stressed, which is good because there's no pressure. I tell her, if you can't get your video done, just do it later during the week. Okay, I've got to do this. I've got to choose a color. So let's see. This is the box that I bought in Australia at Christmas. Yes, at Christmas. They're not all threads that I got in Australia, but a lot of these tapestry sort of wools I did get in Australia. I got the mohairs this time at Christmas because they were at the Crewel Goblein, and they were discontinued colours, and she was selling them out. So no longer available. Oh, I think I'm going to go with while I'm talking to you, I'm going with this kind of colour. I think that's going to look nice in there. And then here, I don't know. We'll think about that afterwards. That's what I do. I don't want to, you know, stretch my brain too far that I have to think what the next colour is going to be when I have no idea. Yeah, so yes, we do have volume 5 coming. It's coming. We will announce it probably in December. We'd like to announce in December, so that way you have an opportunity to gather your supplies and your thoughts. It's going to be a little bit different this time. And I will say we're going back to one project a month for this one. So, yeah, we're excited about it. Right. Now, I think I might here do a big daisy stitch as I did with the one down there. I think I showed you that. Yes, I did. And then colour it in. Just to get my shape going. You can see. Oh, it's so relaxing. Wouldn't it be nice? I envy my mum. Sometimes she has days. She is so prolific. She sits and she stitches all day. I'm going to put one stitch in there. And just go right over the top. It's a bit awkward. Sorry if you can't see, it's a bit awkward. I like watching sewing videos. Even if I might know how to do things, I still like to watch them. I'm always amazed that people can have their piece. I guess it's a smaller piece than what I'm working on necessarily. They're usually working on something smaller, but how they can hold it flat. Oh my goodness. And I'm sure those buttons are getting in your vision. I still haven't done that butterfly. One person suggested that they liked it without, you know, half and half. I actually would tend to agree. I'll probably end up stitching it, but I'm sitting there thinking about that suggestion, contemplating it, considering it, I should say, taking it into consideration. Oh my goodness! And because I've got, of course, I've got the bulk of the piece, you know, off the table, and it's just falling. It's pulling, not falling. It's not on the ground. Actually, I'm going to put my stitch there. There's a bit of a gap. Trying to be careful not to pull it too tight, because otherwise it'll become a very slim petal. And of course, if I was not filming, I would have this sort of, I'd be sitting back in my chair more relaxed and have this more on my lap. Would be easier. I'm trying to stay on camera, obviously. I'm just going to move my needle book. I had, you know, that pin, that needle flew around before and stabbed me. Nasty. Love this colour. Colour is actually one of my favourite things. I love using colour. Probably got it from my mum. She's actually very, very good with colour. As is my sister, different. My sister has, her colours are more bold. I always say, I have probably told you multiple times, I'm sort of in between Mum and Sass. I'm a bit of a swinger. I can't go quite as bright. I don't tend to go quite as bright as my sister can. She can really do the brights. I'm a bit timid, but I can go brighter than Mum. I sort of tend to sit in the middle with the colours that I use between the two. I've gone quiet now, been gas bagging for a bit. Hopefully I'm going to make it with this one thread. I think I will. Sometimes a nice single daisy stitch, it just is the easiest way to get your shape in there for your petal. Am I going to make it? Am I? Hopefully. Oh, it's going to be touch and go whether I can get another petal in there. I'm hoping I can. Okay, sometimes I put my thumb there just to direct the stitch where I want it to sit. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it works, actually. There we go. I'm going to leave that long because I only knotted it once. Yes, I like that. Now, what center? What center will I do? Oh, I could look over here, couldn't I? I might do... that would blend in too much. Maybe just this more. I'll do this buttery yellow wool. I love the texture that the wool gives you. Thanks, that one. That's it. Needlebook, where have you gone? Aha. So I'm pretty sure I think we've only got what, three prompts left. So yes, one more this month and 2 next month. So should be. So yeah, I think I've got plenty of space. think I'll try and get in maybe 3 French knots here. Just give you a tap in case I've made it all go out of focus. Oh dear. Okay. And there we go. Oops, I've got a loop. It doesn't matter. We'll just catch that. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to like this color over here. I think I'm going to do the knots with this. There's a little bit of a gap there. I don't know what I'll do there, if I'll leave it or do something. I think I'll wait till I can see the overall look. I'm doing 3 wraps. I was really terrified of, I probably learnt French knots in my 30s when I first started doing a little bit of embroidery because I was so bedazzled by my mum. And I only knew how to do cross stitch, and I hadn't done it for a while because I used to do it when I was younger. And then I went and whooped it up in Florence for 7 years when I met Steffi. Or whooped it up, I worked and studied, but I didn't do anything. I did a little bit of decorative sort of painting, I guess, mucking around, but I didn't really do anything stitchy wise. And it all sort of came back to me when Lulu was born and Mum was here. And so yeah, I just some things Mum, some stitches Mum showed me, and the rest I just tried to teach myself. I devoured books because obviously in Italy, where I live in Italy, it's a bit of a desert for creative stuff like this sort of stuff. I mean, they do crochet. There's crochet workshops you can go to, and knitting, and maybe old-fashioned patchwork. And when I say old, patchwork has come along quite a way now. When I say old-fashioned, bit like the patchwork that Mum was doing, but not as nice colours, because Mum has always been great with colour, in the 80s. And I don't want to go and do that. So I don't even know if there's anyone doing that now here. But yeah, and they do ceramics and that sort of thing, but not embroidery, no slow stitching at all, no journal making. There's one wonderful lady near Torino that has a YouTube channel, but that's it. I don't find so much. Oh, eco printing. There's one of my friends that I took you ladies to, who came in May. She does eco printing and is amazing. But that's all there is here, and she teaches, obviously. Well, she did teach. I don't think she has been doing so much now because her premises have changed. So she's in the process of trying to find a new place to be able to have workshops again. I'm going to have to get a new piece. I think I will, because I'd like to do a few more. So I had to teach myself, because obviously Mum is not here all the time. And my mum and sister, they are, I have, it's not like a bad envy, it's a nice envy. I'm really happy that they do it. But they go off and do lots of courses, especially at the Green Door in Robertson, and really amazing things. And I never get to go. But I'm going in March to Fleur's. Fleur Woods is amazing. And I did her course. I bought her course on Fibre Arts Takes Two. I know, Corrine, you bought it and you've had fun with it. And so I'm going to her course in March, and that kind of brings me to our exciting news, because Zoe, who owns the Green Door, asked my sister and I if we would be interested in holding a couple of classes while I'm in Australia. And I'm just like, okay, yes. So we debated about what to do, and we have we're doing two different classes. We're going to do two the same in two different dates, but we're doing two different classes. So I'll tell you about that at the end, and I'll leave the link. I mean, obviously it's in Australia, so of course if you're in the UK, Europe, the US, Canada, anywhere that's not Australia, obviously that is prohibitive. Is that the right word? Okay, I probably got a new thread just for 2 more stitches. I might bring a couple of stitches up here, I think. Oh, and I may extend over there. I should have gone there first. Doesn't matter. We've got 2 dates, but they're like 2 weeks apart, because we could have had the date before the first class the day before, but which would have been ideal for anyone who wanted to do both. However, that's the day I arrive at like 10:30 at night, which means I don't usually get to my dad's, by picking up, getting your suitcases and getting through customs and everything. I don't usually get to my dad's until nearly midnight. So I wasn't going to go down from Sydney to Robertson to then do the course the next day. That would have been really tough. Because also my sister and I sort of need to of course we're organising it over Skype, but we kind of need to catch up and just, define the details and everything. Oh, and the first one, of course, Mum's going to be involved because it's stitchy. Okay. So, I've done that. I might put something else there. I don't know what yet, so I'm not going to waste your time thinking about that. Yeah, I feel like I need something in there, but I don't want to do more of those. Now, I wanted to put something else found on my piece, and I have these I got at the antique market. They are, the gentleman told me late, look at my dry fingers, the weather's changed. Late 1800s or early 1900s, they were council emblems. I don't know where from, what for, but I just love them. And they seem to be like on some, I doubt that it's a felt, I think it's a wool. They've been done on a wool, and so I've got 2. I'm not going to put 2 on. I really like that there. I do really like it there. It would be perfect. It does come off the edge a little bit. Let's just audition. I might bring you up a little bit. Just don't look away. I'm warning you. Look away while I pull you up. There we go. Is that up enough? I'll slide this over. Okay, just so you can get a better view of what it's going to look like. So I could put that one there. My other thought was, let's just have an audition down here. I've got some spaces down here. I can't remember what the other prompts are, so I'm not sure. I could put it, I do quite like it there. Or otherwise I've got this one, but this, I like the colours of, oh, well, I like that there. I like the colours of that one as well, so I don't know. I could put 2 on. 2 might be too many. Too many. No, I think I'm going to go with that one. I think it just tucks really nicely in there. I like they're bullion stitches done with metal thread, I think. Are they? Yes, I think they are. It's incredible. I think I'll put that there. Yes, this can go on something else. That's going to go there, and I'll probably just do a border of running stitch around it, 2 rows, I think. So I won't bore you with that now. I'm going to whip stitch it on. I might use I've got this blue here. I might use this blue just to go around the edge of it, and then I'll go around, I'll choose a color and go around with 2 rows of running stitch, a bit like that one, but in the rounded shape. So that is my video for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh no, I haven't finished. I need to show you. I'm not gonna like do flip throughs or anything. I'll just show you the 2 projects for anyone in Australia who's interested. So this is the first one, and this one was this is the one a new one I've made. This was inspired, my mum asked me to make these, and she asked me to make her one when I was going there with Lulu in the winter time, Italian summertime, and we put fabric pages in, and that's how all of this all started, really. It's because of Mum. And so this is the one that I started, and it's really very random, but I haven't finished it. It's just random stitching. Lulu did that for me, and I've just put that in. I haven't finished it yet, and I've just laid out some things that I want to put in there. And then this is one that I've made, and I'll bring both of them to the course. We'll be providing all of the materials, well, the majority of the materials, the books, everything, to make those, and they are really cool. And then the second course is like a mixed media. So again, I'm going to provide the antique covers. This was a fallen apart book. I haven't quite finished embellishing that, but like we're going to be painting papers and making the books lovely. Some you can do, if there's time, a slow stitch, or just the other one was just glued fabrics. This one goes that way, so it's that sort of thing. So really cool projects. That's got a little slow stitch, and that's the page that was shared on Instagram. And I'm going to add a little bit of stitching, but the stitching is optional. Like some people don't like to stitch, so that will be optional. So that's what that and then I've made, I don't know, I went bananas and made a whole lot, and there's one like that. So with all kinds of papers in them. So they are the 2 courses. This one I think is on the 17th of March, and this one is on the 3rd of March. And in between, I'm going to be spending 5 days with Fleur. Woohoo! And then we obviously have some family time as well. So that's very exciting news. I'll link Green Door Studio in the description box, and I'll also link maybe the Instagram posts so that you can see them. I think they went onto my Facebook as well, but I'm not sure because weird things have been happening with my Roxy Creations Facebook, so I'm not sure. Okay, so have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.